Hey, good morning, my friends. Today is Monday, July 1st, 2024. I, of course, am here with Originator Success here, the daily mortgage rate update, the only place on the web where you can join me live on Facebook and on YouTube each and every weekday morning over here at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time as I do the show live, going over with you what's going on in the markets, what's going on with rates and pricing. Of course, this is really meant for mortgage originators. However, I've noticed a lot of different people watching it. So if you get value out of it, fantastic. Love to have you here. Remember, if you are here live, say good morning. If you're watching on the replay, don't forget, just put hashtag replay in the comments. Maybe answer the question of the day. I want to hear from you. Also, it helps the algorithm. It shows me people are watching. It's the reason that I do this whole thing. If you guys watch, I'll do it. If people stop watching, then I won't do it anymore. I don't make any money off of it, so I just do it because you guys watch. So let me know that you watch. Don't forget to smash that like button if you're on Facebook. Tag an LO friend. Maybe share it in a group. Remember that if you are on YouTube, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe as well. So let's say hi to the live folks, and then we'll get into some of the other stuff we got going on this morning. So Mr. Ron Siegel said today is National Creative Ice Cream Flavor Day. Ron, these are getting to be a bit of a stretch. What is National Creative Ice Cream Flavor Day? You're going to have like pineapple peanut butter or something? I don't know. Strange one. But thank you for sharing it with us. I do appreciate that part of it. I know it's not your fault that these get a little bit wacky and patacky. Mike Tebow, good morning, sir. Hope things are well up in Michigan. Giddy up, Mr. Teakle over in Texas. Hope you are doing well. Siegel said his favorite is peanut butter and chocolate. Yeah, see, like a Reese's. That's what I was thinking. I said peanut butter and pineapple because that would be a creative ice cream flavor. But peanut butter and chocolate is certainly good. Monica Dinkins, good morning. Hope you are having a fantastic day. Brandy Brickler, thank you for being here. Nathan Einkorn, great to hear from you, my friend. I hope that your beard is doing wonderful, your family is well, and that business is good. Angela Walters, good morning. James Mahan, great to have you here. Megan Lindberg, Michael Love, Mallory Fotiadis, good morning all. It is Monday morning. It is the second half of the year. I think it's going to be a good half of the year, y'all. I really do. I think that we've turned a corner and things are improving. So thank you all for being here. Appreciate each and every one of you. Let's go ahead and let's jump about what's going on this morning. So rate sheets this morning getting a little bit worse. Friday we saw just turned into we're going to call it a spit show. I think you know what I want to say though, right? You could see it right here. Look at this just huge downward trend between these two dotted lines. This is Friday. We were flat all week and Friday morning had improved on the PCE data. And in fact, let me zoom in on this. Let's see if it will cooperate. Oh, it's a good day today. So looking at this 48-hour chart, take a look here. You could see that we had a nice bump up. Remember, we started Friday. The PCE inflation data came out as expected. It's basically been the lowest reading for the entire year. It was May's reading. And we saw Friday improve, bringing us right back to where we started earlier in the week. It was kind of a closure, if you will. And it, just kind of settled things out. But then as Friday went on, just mortgage bonds just lost ground. You can see it here on Friday. I'm going to put us on the 2 day so you could just really see just a steady bleed out. And that's it was due to two things. It was mainly due to low trading volume as well as the end of month trades from traders and closing out positions. So we didn't expect to see it really continue this morning. It did get a little bit worse. It has rebounded a little bit and then lost a little bit of ground. Right now, mortgage bonds down about 13 basis points, but we are down significantly from where we were, earlier in the week to start the week. In fact, here we'll use the candlesticks, but let's take a look and see. On Monday, that's Wednesday. That's Tuesday. There you go. On Monday, we were at 100.71. Right now, we're at 100.4. I mean, you're talking about 70 basis points. That's basically going to move rates up about an eighth of a point, maybe even a quarter of a point in rate that we've lost since the beginning of the week. And we were right back up there. Friday was a brutal day. There was a lot of loss on Friday. We were up as high as 100.70. So we were right there ending. And then by the end of the day, Friday, we were down like 117. I mean, we lost 50 basis points on Friday, which is huge. Let me check I want to check my text alerts. I didn't feel like we had lost we were at 100.24 at 4:00 and it just kept getting worse. A lot of reprices worse on Friday. Of course, today's pricing going to be significantly worse than what we saw on Friday. So we were looking at like 7.03, and then it crept up, and then now we're, it's about 7 to 7 1/8 is what we jumped. We jumped an eighth of a point in rate on the week. Now, the good news is we could see that come back this week. Hold on a minute. Let me change screens here. There we go. Don't worry. I know we went fade to black. So reprice risk on the day today is moderate. There is the whole risk for the week for volatility is huge this week. Very, very likely that we have to worry about a lot of volatility this week. Let me scroll back through and see. So today is Monday. We've got some PMI data coming out. I think let me just make this a little smaller. And let me look at the economic calendar real quick. Hold on a minute. Let's pull this up. So today we've got some manufacturing PMI coming out at 10 a.m. this morning. We got Powell talking tomorrow. We've got JOLTS coming out on Wednesday. Where is JOLTS? Oh, no, JOLTS coming out. Yeah. Why is this not? Oh, I got next week. That's why. Okay. So today we've got manufacturing PMI. We got Fed Chair Jerome Powell. Wednesday, tomorrow we also have JOLTS data, right? So we've got JOLTS on Tuesday. Wednesday, we've got some services PMI, non-manufacturing PMI. We've got the ADP jobs data. Thursday, markets will be closed. Wednesday, markets are going to close early, 2 p.m. Eastern time. Then we close on Thursday, of course, for the 4th of July for Independence Day. And then Friday, we're going to get the big dog, the BLS jobs report. It's going to be chaotic because you're going to have low trading volume. You're going to have traders that are taking off for the weekend, and you have this huge report that's going to come in. So you are going to have reaction to it. So this week's going to be a rough week. You've got to decide if you're locking anything in. And if you are, you got to lock it early. Problem is that we lost so much ground on Friday. What do you want to lock in today? I don't want to lock in anything. Let me show you the technicals real quick and show you kind of a couple of things that we're looking at. So number one, you could see here, let me zoom in on this a little bit so you guys could see it. Oh, now I got to refresh the page. Hold on. It didn't like that I zoomed in. Sometimes it does that. But this morning, we are definitely testing some technical support levels for both the 10-year and I'll turn this off while it's refreshing. For the 10-year as well as for mortgage bonds, we're testing some technical support. Now, it's not likely to have a huge effect for the week because of all the data. But you can see here, we have the 200-day moving average. On Friday, we tested this red line, which is the 50-day moving average, and that held up, which was a good sign. We blew through the 100-day moving average, this green line, blew right through that, landed on the 50-day moving average, which held up. But this morning, we ended up down. We could argue that it's due to what's going on in France. I think it's more than that, though. But we're testing this 200-day moving average. Now, we've only had a couple of stretches that we've been below this 200-day moving average. A very long stretch here back in April. You could see that we spent a lot of time below that. And then we just kind of flirted. Remember, this was back on May 28th, which was when, what was the 28th? What was the big event that led this to happen? I don't remember. So, but that was a big loss of a day. And then, but we pulled back above it. So looking for this to hold, that puts us in a position where we definitely want to go ahead and cautiously float for now. Let's get rid of this because that doesn't apply anymore. All right. So we definitely want to cautiously float for now. Everything else, I'm still floating. I know it sounds a little crazy. I think we're going to get some rebound on the jobs data that comes this week. Now, one thing I do want to show you when we compare, let me move this over and so you guys have to look at me at the same time. You get rid of this, pop this back up here. Okay. So taking a look here, I wanted to show you when we look at the expectation, I mean, it really hasn't changed for the week. We started a week ago on June 24th, which was the Monday. There was a 44% expectation that we would see 2 rate cuts. That has moved its way down to 42%. I mean, you're talking almost no movement here. Same thing for the idea of 3 rate cuts. It was 21%. Now it's down to 16%. That one's a little bit more of a move. 27% expectation that we would see 1 rate cut. It's bumped up to 32. So it's increased about 5%. But these are not big differences. there's not really a big change in the outlook on how many rate cuts we're going to see from the Fed. If we were seeing this change, that would be a lot more concerning. So hopefully we get some help this week, but there's a lot of potential for volatility. You got to decide if you're locking any loans. Generally, I would only lock anything that's closing over the next couple of weeks that you can't afford to see volatility here. Anything more than that, I think we are going to be in an environment where rates are going to move their way back down. Again, when we look at actual rates themselves, we've been as high as in the last 30 days, as high as 7.17. That's the highest you could see here. And we could test that again. That would be the worst case scenario, is that we're going to move up probably another eighth of a point. I don't think we even get a quarter point in rate. Even if the jobs data comes in strong, I don't think we see it. I think we'll see it rebound back. But I do think we could see rates kind of lower again. So I would pick and choose my spots based on what we're looking at with the technicals here. And the fact that we are testing technical support, that we've seen big losses here. I wouldn't want to necessarily lock in anything today. You've got to decide if you do want to. I'm not worried. The JOLTS data tomorrow, we should see a rebound. We've got Wednesday, you're going to see money flow into bonds a little bit for the holiday. And then, of course, things are going to get crazy for Friday. So, Ron said Thursday we have Tito's report coming out. Yeah, that's right. The Tito's and Cranberry report. And actually, according to MBS Live, they showed the Fed meeting minutes being released that day. Not quite sure how they'd be released on the 4th of July, but maybe it's automated. So good morning, Tanya. Is it Tanya or Tanya? How do you pronounce it? We have a friend down south, and it's Tanya. But when we were up north, you'd pronounce that Tanya. So I'm not quite sure. Ms. Warmond, how do you pronounce that one? Good morning, Mr. Warner. Randy Teagle said, great hat. Thank you, sir. I'll be wearing this one all week. Very proud patriot. We may not have a perfect country, but we have a hell of a country, and I will always support it. So you're Tanya with a W. Tanya. All right. Well, I got that. So not Tanya, not Tanya, Tanya. See, I'll tell you that who would have figured that would be such a tough name? We got 3 different pronunciations on that. So, well, I appreciate you keep me, updated. Brandy said, nice lid. Yes. Thank you. Appreciate you, Brandy. So, all right, my friends. Well, again, I'm sorry. I'm just kind of rambling at this point. Very disappointed in Friday's performance. Really looked like we were going to end the week. Thought it was going to be quiet. And the fact that it just kind of fell apart was ugly. Not concerning that it's a trend change, but it's still, when you wake up and your rate sheets are getting beaten on and you've got reprices worse, feel like I let you down on that one. And just was not expecting to see even months end trading. You don't usually see that kind of a reaction. It looked like things are going to be quiet for the week. So Mr. Michael Fisher said, stay classy. Yes, sir. I do my best. And if I needed a role model for classy, it's you, my friend, Michael Fisher. So thank you for joining me and being here. Ms. Ashley Mulcahy, good morning. Great to see you as well. So, all right, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up again. It's going to be a crazy week. I would tune in each day. Let's see where things are going. Let's see what the kind of momentum brings. But it is definitely going to be a rough one. Don't get too worked up either way. When things get better, don't get overly excited. When things get worse, don't get overly panicked. In a couple of weeks, it'll all settle out. We'll be right back in the same range. Overall, the big picture, rates are not moving higher in the big picture. We're just not in a position that we have to worry about the Fed hiking rates, no matter what Fed Governor Michelle Bowman says. There's just not enough going on there. We would have to see some really, really strong economic data. And if we finally get the jobs report we all expect, the jobs report we need, the jobs report we deserve. If we see the jobs and labor market is softening, it'll drop rates back down again and improve things. So we are definitely in a good spot where that could happen. Will it happen? I can't promise, but it definitely could happen. So, all right, my friends, thank you, Ms. Amy Blauser. Great to see you. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a fantastic one. Bye-bye.